So we were talking about subtraction across zeros, and we were on the hundreds. So a number such as 800 minus something else. So let's continue our discussion of subtraction across zeros and step it up a notch. So if we have a number, let's take two steps back before we take a step forward. So if we have a number such as 30 and we subtract 19. So, what side are we going to start on, guys? Right, this side. Always. Always start over here. So, now what's the first question we're going to ask ourselves? Is the bottom number right here bigger than the top? And in this case, it is. 9 is bigger than 0. So, we're going to have to go next door and ask our neighbor for a cup of sugar. So, the 0 goes next door and asks the 3 for a cup of sugar. 3, can I please have a cup of sugar? And the 3 says yes, of course. So, the 3 gives the... Man, you like my new invisible marker. The 3 gives the 0 1 cup of sugar. So now the 3 doesn't have 3 cups of sugar. The 3 has 2 cups of sugar. Well, I guess this marker is officially dead. Alright, let's finish up in black, or try to. So 10 minus 9 is 1. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So that means 30 minus 19 is 11. Now, is 30 minus 19 actually 11? Well, we went about our correct steps, so it should be. However, if you want to be sure that the answer is 11, we're going to bring our 19 down here. And instead of subtracting, we're going to add. We're going to do the opposite so we can find if we got the right answer. So 1 minus 9 is, or 1 plus 9 is 10. We carry your 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So, our answer down here is 30. And that is indeed what we started with before we did all of our regrouping. So, that's how we know we got the right answer. Now, let's go up to where we were yesterday. So, we have 500 minus 377. So, our first question, once we start here, now our first question is the bottom number bigger than the top? So is 7 bigger than 0? And our answer is yes. So This 0 needs to go to his neighbor and ask for a cup of sugar. So the 0 goes to this 0 and asks for a cup of sugar. But the problem is that 0 has 0 cups of sugar. So now this 0 has to go from here to here to say, 5, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And the 5 says, yes, of course. So he sends the cup of sugar over here, and it goes right there. Wow, both my markers died on me. So the cup of sugar goes right there. And now the 5 doesn't have 5 cups of sugar. He only has 4. So now what about this 0 in the middle? Well, when this 0 becomes a 10, this 0, since he didn't have any cups of sugar to give, he becomes a 9. Now we're ready to subtract. Start here. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So our answer is 123. So I'm happy with how we got to 123. I'm sure you are too. But to make sure that we're right, we're going to bring our 377 down here. And instead of subtract, what are we going to do, guys? Right, we're going to add. So let's add 123 plus 377. 3 plus 7 is 10. So we put down your 0 and carry your 1. 2 plus 7 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Put down your 0, carry your 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. So we got 500, which is what we started with. So, since we got what we started with, we know we're correct. Now, guys, I know there's a lot of steps, and I know it might be tiring, but a wise man once said, and that wise man was probably me, anything worth doing is worth doing well. So now we're going to step it up a notch. We're going to have 3 zeros. So we're going to subtract 4,000 minus 2282. Okay, so we start over here, like always. We ask ourselves, is the bottom bigger than the top? Is 2 bigger than 0? And the answer is yes. So we're going to have to go over to the first number that's not a 0. So this is a 0. This is a 0. This is not a 0. So we're going to ask 4. 4, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And the 4 says, sure. So the 4 sends a cup of sugar all the way back this way. It goes right there. And now 4 only has 3 cups of sugar. Now, what about these 2 zeros in the middle? Well, we looked at it a little bit in our last example. This time, the only thing that's different is there's 1 more 0. So in our last example, the 0 in the middle became a 9. But now we have 2 zeros in the middle. So they both become a 9. And now we're ready to subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 3 minus 2 is 1. Now, I know that's quite a few steps, guys, but I would say in the end it was worth it. Now we check. And if you would like to skip this step, you can. I would prefer you did check. I'm sure your grade will appreciate it. But if you don't check, then that's okay. If you knew the correct steps, you should get the correct answer. But we're going to check. So, we're going to put our 2,282 right here. And instead of subtracting, we're going to add. 8 plus 2 is 10. You put down your 0 and carry your 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 7 plus 2 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So that means we got 4,000. And 4,000 is what we got up here before we did all of our regrouping. So we know that we're correct. So, I was going to do one more example because I know that's a lot. But, as you can tell, my marker's running out. My black and my green are both running out. I'm sad. So, we're just going to call it a day for this video. We're going to reconvene with subtraction across zeros tomorrow. And until then, study your notes and come back tomorrow ready to kick it up yet another notch.